Hi friends, welcome in this online class of Jizaun Yantit Vidyalaya Pathri Road Parvani. Today we have to see the science of standard 6. In that we have to see the information about the third chapter. The name of the topic is diversity and classification in living things. Okay, next. Today we have to classify the animals. In the yesterday's video we have seen the information about the different kinds of animals. Okay, and we have seen the diversity. Today we have to see, or we have to take in the discussion about the classification of different animals. Okay, see friends, take a drop of water from a puddle and place it on a glass slide. Observe it under a microscope. What do you see? See friends, there is a water from the puddle, and take one drop of that water on the glass slide and observe this glass slide under a microscope. When a drop of water from a puddle is seen under a microscope, innumerable microbes can be seen moving about in it. So this is most important point. You will see the continuously moving amoeba. The paramecium is a unicellular animal like the amoeba. See friends, in that drop lakhs of microorganisms you can observe in that a single drop, because the paramecium, amoeba, these are the unicellular animals, and they are so small we can't observe with naked eye. To observe all these unicellular animals we have to use the microscope. Okay, under a microscope we can deeply study or observe all these microorganisms. Okay, a horse, a bear, or tortoise are a multicellular animals. So friends, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, spirogyra, these are a unicellular, but horse, bear, tortoise are the multicellular animals, because these animals we can see with naked eye, because they are so big than unicellular animals. In that animal, or the animals like horse, bear and tortoise are made by number of cells, lakhs of cells in it. So their shape is bigger than the amoeba, and we can see these animals with naked eye. Okay, next see here, what is the chain of bones in the center of our back called? So friends, animal with a vertebral column and those without it form two groups known as the vertebrates and invertebrates respectively. The backbone, or we call it as spinal cord, you can observe with your hand on your back. Okay, so this backbone or vertebrate column is present in some animal or absent in some animal. Okay, so with the help of that point we can separate or classify in two groups. First one is the vertebrates and second one is the invertebrates respectively. Okay, see friends, snake, bird, fish and kangaroo as also human are vertebrate animals because they have a backbone. Animals such as snail, cockroach, earthworm do not have a vertebral column and therefore they are invertebrate animals. See, there are two groups. First is a vertebrate and second one is the invertebrates. So in a first group, that is vertebrates, there is snake, bird, fish and kangaroo, as also human. Okay, these are the vertebrate animals. But animals like snail, cockroaches and earthworm, they are the invertebrate animals. Second, name some animals which lay eggs and others which give birth to their young ones. See friends, in this picture there is a snail, that is invertebrate, and kangaroo is a vertebrate animal. Okay, in the next picture there is a hen. Hen lay eggs. Okay, a hen not give birth directly the young ones. First of all, this hen lay eggs, and after some time from these eggs they produce young ones like them. Okay, we have learned that producing another living thing like oneself is called reproduction. A hen lay eggs and hatches them. After hatching, the small chicks produce from this egg like that hen. Okay, a cow gives birth to a calf. Cow gives directly birth to a calf. There is not a process of first of lay eggs and hatch after some time. See, that process is in some living things like hen, and cow give birth to a calf directly. Before that, the calf grown within the cow's body. According to the mode of reproduction, animals are classified into two types, namely oviparous animal which lay eggs and viviparous animal which give birth to their young ones. So friends, in the picture there is a cow is an animal that is comes in a group viviparous animals, and hen is come in oviparous animals. Okay, so with the help of their process of reproduction, we can classify these animals into two groups. Okay, next, where are the animals, namely a horse, bear, tortoise, an alligator, a fish, a deer and a frog to be found? According to their habitat, animals are usually classified into terrestrial and aquatic animals. However, animals like a frog, salamander, toad live in both places, namely land and water. Therefore, they are called amphibians. Okay. According to their habitat, animals are usually classified into terrestrial and aquatic animals. Okay. However, animals like a frog, salamander, toad live in both places, namely land and water. Therefore, they are called as amphibians. So, we can classify these animals into two or three groups, that is terrestrial, aquatic and amphibians. Okay. A kite, an eagle, a crow, butterfly, a honeybee, all fly in the air. Though they live in different places, these animals are said to have an aerial mode of life because they fly in the air, but they are live at different places. Okay. So friends, we have seen the four groups: terrestrial, aquatic, amphibians and aerial. So the chapter is finished over here. So friends, the next chapter we have to take in the next lecture. So friend, we have to stop here. Okay, thank you.